Greetings in chat, Bishop. "15 minutes from live, and I'm unusually on the ball. I think everything is pretty much ready." Or given value. I've surely forgotten something that will bite me in the ass at the worst moment. Greetings, K-Show. Greetings, K-Show. And greetings, K-Show. Glad you can make it. Well, I suppose I haven't been entirely on the ball. I mean, I haven't actually chosen an SCP yet. Which means it's open and up for grabs. Fun. Well, that sounds like good news. 8875 it is. cozy. Oh, mostly. Without a doubt, Bishop. Without a doubt. But that's still pretty annoying. Hopefully it's not mine. I certainly don't need the extra ill will not personally generated. Unrelatedly, how the hell is it Thursday already? I shouldn't be complaining, though this week has flown by. It has contained a fair bit of good news, although most recently. We are 7 minutes from live, and I hope you are all well. Promotional efforts seem to have been almost entirely wasted. Infuriating, they don't seem to be going live on... Oh, there we go. I am live on Rumble. You just didn't update properly. There, I only have one treasured viewer there. Message retracted. I'm finding them much easier to let go these days. I think my curiosity has taken a bit of a hit. 4 minutes from live. Screw it, let's go live. Greetings everyone, and welcome to the live SCP review with yours truly for a given... Really? Why would it automatically load that? Fuck off screen. You're not needed. Not yet. We do have an SCP selected by 1K Show, and we'll be getting to it. It is SCP-8875. Once we're through with it, it will be open again to the first person to request the next SCP. I am again Director Archive Arc Labs. Ostensibly yours truly, provided we're not expected to ever be in the same room, as I'm just way too neurotic for that. I hope you're all doing well. Thus far, Bishop, K Show, and that appears to be it, actually. First off, I apologize for being out the entirety of the last week. Wisdom tooth removal. It's normally not such a mess. In my case, though, I have 2 wisdom teeth that are basically eldritch horrors. bent on staying in the jar at all costs, and it was a messy extrication, which, I'm pleased to report, hasn't left me as bad off as I thought I was. Yay. Still, it did require some recovery time. Ignore that. Where were we? Oh, right. Much better now, and I am back to my regular schedule. My lowest point was probably the last side quest, where Arcturus lost his temper by proxy. Or I lost my temper by proxy in his case. If you didn't see that episode of Side Quest, that's fine. I'm not hurt at all. Okay. Well, we'll be getting to the SCP in just a moment. I would like to stress that we do have a raffle again, this time of Lamplighters League, once again provided by One Exodus, the person who's provided almost every key I've raffled off thus far. It's a simple matter to win the... You just let me know that you want into the raffle, and then I'll run a number for you, and off we go. In other sad news, just to lower the bar a bit further before I get started, I am a rat short. Perhaps some of you might recall the rat known as Tump, the black fellow with a shortened tail. The day after I had my wisdom teeth pulled, it was necessary to hasten his departure from this mortal coil, as he was having considerable difficulty breathing and it was guaranteed to get only worse. So that really didn't help my mood much either. I'm a bit better off now. At this point, we're down to one, the last of the original three brothers, which would be really sad if they hadn't had another 4 added. Oh, greetings, Devil Pup. Yes, I'm aware. Try not to let his crippling jealousy get to you. And, by all means, feel free to just, bounce ridiculous pet names off each other in my chat, or especially in SideQuest. His complaints come from a place of love, I'm sure. How are you today, Devil Bob? Well, short, happy lives, you say. In service, they've been mostly emotional support rats, and they did a fantastic job. While the lives have been, yes, short, not shortened particularly, it's rather standard for many rats to have like 2 years. I did my best to make it as long as possible, but there's only so much one can really do without getting into really scary biotech that could result in flesh horrors that will rip off your face. And, I'm just not really into that sort of thing. Better to live a natural life and let it in naturally than terrorize the better part of a southern continent. Oh, Octane is on the way home from getting a tooth pulled. Acute sympathies to Octane Junkie, please do pass that along. I lost 2 most recently, and it was memorably awful. Memorably awful. The painkiller was almost, but not quite, totally effective. It only lasted an hour, but it felt like the better part of a week. But, I'm fine now, and despite some initial fears, I don't actually have dry socket. It was just a bit close, and I don't want to dwell on it. Look, I hate to complain. I really do. It is not me. But this last week, previous really had me wanting to, and I suppose I'm getting around to it now. Okay, once again, Devil Pup, welcome. And there will be a game raffle if you're inclined to play the game that I'll play the trailer for in just a moment. First, though, we have an SCP request from K-Shoal, the first to make the request, and ergo, the first we'll attend to. As always, I remain shamelessly mercenary, and through the Streamlabs link in the description, can be compelled to read any SCP anyone wants at any given time. Ideally for like $10 or so. No pressure or obligation, and you're guaranteed an hour of my time. Regardless. Why? Because of a man of commitment, I suppose. Okay. Let's get going, shall we? Oh, greetings. Fuck noise. I hope you're well. In the same way, I'm pretty sure I wish all of you well. But I can't be certain. Some of you might not. Probably do, though. The people I wouldn't probably aren't watching. And that's the best for everyone involved. Okay, time to get rolling with SCP-8875. Automated writes a notice. The following file is desynchronized with the larger Foundation database, designated as personal use copy. Item SCP-8875, containment class neutralized. Special containment procedures. All employees are to memorize SCP-8875. All employees are to understand SCP-8875 by memorization to ensure it remains neutralized, which I'm inclined to think that means it's not actually neutralized, but this is just part of containment, which means that for a neutralized file, this makes sense. This is both the containment procedure and a neutralized class SCP file in itself. Greetings in chat, your boy Pat. How goes it? Hope you're doing well. I think it's been a while since you've been here. Stick around, there's a game raffle. I don't know how many games you play, your boy Pat, personally, but if you have access to Steam, I can get you a code that'll get you the game should you win the raffle. Same as anyone here. It's all handled very impartially, though. I don't play favorites like that. Not even for myself. If I enter the raffle for the game, I have to win it twice. It hasn't happened very often. Right. Oh, by the way, your boy Pat, and anyone else who might be listening, I do accept guests via the Discord server. If you want to read some dialogue from an SCP file, I could have you on, and you're welcome to take a role in the event of dialogue, such as in this case, user, testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, onwards and so forth. I didn't think it would get this strong. It's really fascinating how powerful these things can get. Should I be talking about this? No. It doesn't really matter now, does it? Nobody will even read this. Or if you do, it'll just glaze over and you'll fucking forget. Description. SCP-8875 is a series of encoded documents sent to the SCP Foundation by an anonymous source. IP tracking has located the sender to every company in the world within a 12-minute scan conducted initially to try to locate the sender, designated SCP-8875-A. Decrypted documents have displayed deep knowledge of Foundation terminology, the anomalous, and Foundation network information and security. Despite this, no attempts have been made to steal any sensitive information inside of Foundation databases. Addendum 8875.1. Below is a decryption of a message sent by SCP-8875-A. The encrypted message will be given below. I'm not going to attempt to read that code. Tempting is to make strange, vaguely Egyptian-sounding screeching noises for maybe about 5 seconds or so. Still, no. 1, 2, 3. Little fishies, please. 4, 5, 6. Full of tricks. 7, 8, 9. Fall in line. User. This one was a bit of a farce. It got sent into the Foundation and nothing happened. Well, that's fine because the other ones get way more interesting. The purpose of this message is unknown. It follows 2 weeks of radio silence as well as dozens of messages that seem to be gibberish. Staff assigned to SCP-8875 are required to memorize this message. Addendum 8875.2. Context and original messages. On May 5th, 2022, the first letter was received from SCP-8875-A. It was enclosed in a white envelope with a wax seal engraved with The original text will not be provided for the following messages for ease of documentation. Any information enclosed in the following documents is rated Class B unreliable by the Department of Informational Services. This footnote reads, Class B unreliable is designated by the complete untruth via grandiose or fabricated claims. 05/05/2022. When I first came to your Foundation, when I first heard your goal, it drove me to madness. I was a proud member of the Serpent's Hand. My ideals were exactly counter yours. No matter how angry you made me, you were too large for me to harm. I decided to drive a stake through your hand. I placed a charge outside of your Area 22 and began firing. I'd used the magical texts of the library to keep myself from being harmed by your soldiers, and they went down. One by one, they did. Charges were placed. Your anomalies were freed from the shackles that you bound them to. I will strike again. Sic semper tyrannis. Footnote, there is no Area 22. Well, apparently there's no Area 22 in this version Foundation. I'm pretty sure that there is an Area 22 in at least one recorded Foundation instance. Correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds very familiar. User. This is when it started truly happening. When I put into letters started having a true effect. When I put it into letters started having a true effect on them. It was amazing. I went in the library one day and just took a variety of magical texts and cast every spell I could upon the letter. I know it had some mental effect on people. I made sure of that. The Foundation just rolled over on me. Next bombing is just amazing, really. But you know what's weird about all of this? After I started using all this shit, nobody would talk to me for more than a word. I tried to order something at a restaurant and they just fucking ignored me. They took my money, then forgot all about it. It was a minor inconvenience at first, but then it started getting worse and fucking worse. I bet you fuckers know something about this. Now I just need to get deeper into your damn files to prove it. 05/30/2022. Your rule of this veiled kingdom is slipping, Foundation. I come to you once more to mock and make my intentions known. You see yourself as the honorable artifact chosen by fate itself to rule and keep peace over Avalon. Your Excalibur is your technology, your minds, the philosophical zombies that populate the ranks of your organizations and do your every bidding. They're glazed over with arguments that you instill into their dead eyes. We die yet, you can live in the light, they say, when all you really do is manufacture darkness to block out the light of those that you deem to be inappropriate to polite society. Your need to be the hero of your own story is not comical. I intend to keep due on moral duty to do what I can against the perverted justice that you seek to spread. Sic semper tyrannis. User. After this one, the Foundation got sloppier somehow. Like some security systems would start being disabled or set off power at night, and the security could barely fire a gun in my direction. I swear to God, I even heard two of them quoting my letters to each other. They must have really liked it then. That or one of the things I put in them was really working. The following letter is indecipherable gibberish. There is no way to break the code. That does not exist. C6, C7, 2C22. Osmic Grigger, Residence, Mick Zish, Biff, Ush, Murphy's first, take up the Ockers, give him this, Nixie, as Fish, as what was the Aggie? Das ist Missy? Schlussig. Spit. Fertig. Just aber. Geh weg. Gesicht. Hinflügig. Excuse me. User. This one is where they totally started fucking losing it. I think all the guys I've seen in this place are talking about my letters like they're the best thing to ever fucking happen to them. Not that I'm complaining or anything, but they're all obsessed with them. Saw one guy smearing the symbols on the wall with something. I don't really want to know. Really? It's just a matter of goddamn time until this place falls apart at the seams. Then I come on in and I started fucking killing these scum. I've done a few, but I don't want to risk anything. They might not be able to see me, but they can totally shoot at me, and I don't even try having to go to the hospital in this condition. I love doing them in, though. I got one. I punched a combat knife. I took off some random one of these SWAT troops, and then I just stabbed her straight to death. Blam, 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 blam. Nobody even stopped to help her. Ha! Employees are required to memorize all the above letters. System reboot, standby. 057. The above file has been designated a Class A intro hazard, memetic related to an ongoing memetic outbreak in 16 sites and 2 areas. State your name and badge number for counter-memetic imaging while we work on fixing the security access of the file. User. 057. Oh, it's you who did it, isn't it? Funny thing, apparently, this is the proper access level by order of 305 council members who have all accessed the file in the last 48 hours. User. You know that I don't have to give you access. I could lock you out of that terminal. User. State your name and rank. User. State your name and rank. User. Nexus Logic, member of the Serpent's Hand. Oh good, so you can type. Explain yourself. What do I have to explain to you, Tyrant? Don't think I haven't crunched the numbers. Every letter sent from you correlates to a 20% loss in productivity in the field agent and public response sectors. Not to mention the 2-308 employees designated as results of info hazard / not real, as well as all of your letters having memetic influence on them. So, really, I think this case is more of whether I call internal security, take away immediately, or after I get answers? Fuck you. I'm very simple. Here, let me tithe you over. Room's been locked down. Internal security is on their way to apprehend you. This is the rest of your letters. Oh no. Oh no. That most feared of things. A red link. Screw it. SCP-8875. User, no new letters show me. I don't remember writing any others. New document attached. I will spare you the inarticulate shrieking I would have to do to try to convey that. User, they're here. They're here now. They're here now. Shoot me. Fire upon me. It doesn't matter. Tell them where I am. They can shoot me, but my notes will live on. They will pray to me. They will bow to me. I am supreme in everything. Addendum 8875.3. After action report. Following the breach of SCP-8875-A in RISA Site 39, SCP-8875-A has been confirmed deceased by members of the Antimemetics Division. His corpse has been cremated by order of 057 and 0510. The reasoning was given as the danger in keeping the body of the man who is the center of a memetic effect is much too high. 052, 056, and 0512 are currently receiving counter-memetic conditioning against the effects of SCP-8875. SCP-8875 has been redesignated as a Level 6 classified until proper memetic guards can be put in place against its effects. Counter-memetic operations are being sent through the entirety of the Foundation, and the Department of Censorship and Disinformation are currently undergoing amnestic campaigns for any non-essential personnel aware of SCP-8875. Novel. Well, let's take a quick moment to ponder this very amusing SCP file. In fact, perhaps one of the best of the newest series, I would say. I'm often very disappointed by new Foundation wiki entries, but not this time. What you have here is you have Serpent's Hand, mystic anarchist, who is a freedom fighter LARPer, and it went very poorly for them, although they killed all the people on the way. And, you know, it's just nice to know they're dead. Greetings in chat, it's NewPSN100. Before I play the trailer for the game we're raffling off today, does anyone have any thoughts on this SCP file? Also, we're technically done with this SCP file, so if one of you would like to request the next SCP file, you could. And while I'm glad to see you all greeting each other, please remember, I'm here too. Hi. I control individually. I'm nowhere near successful enough to where that's terribly hard to do. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, I would happily greet all of you on any stream I'm on that isn't mine, except for the fact that those aren't my streams and I'm concerned about interfering with someone else's show in that context. So if you saw me in some of the stream and said hi and I didn't respond, I either missed it or I was afraid of interrupting someone else's flow. Yes, please do be sure to hit that like button. It does help, if nothing else, my morale personally. By the way, did any of you see the short video of SCP-173 breakdancing that I used to promote the stream? I was very pleased with that. Oh, thank you, SCP-700. And anyone who has, click like. Thank you. Thoroughly appreciate it. Never think for a second I don't appreciate it. We're up to 8 likes and 7 viewers, which means over 100% approval rating. I probably shouldn't complain. Oh, now 6 concurrent viewers, and 8 likes. Now 7 again. This is why I don't like watching numbers. They change wildly and seem hideously unreliable. 5 concurrent viewers and ostensibly 9 likes, with 1 like on Rumble. And thank you for that, Casual. Thank you. There was a brief span of time where I got some bots on Rumble. But, they stopped doing that, for which I'm grateful. Just, I was hoping to have an actual live audience there too. I think the problem is I'm not very good at networking. I'm hoping to work on that. I need to get out there more. Find more collaboration opportunities. Hey, if there are any creators that you would like to see me collaborate with, let them know. And more importantly, if you can, get them to let me know they might want to collaborate with me, because I've always been up for collaboration. Always. Unless, there's been some colossal bridge burned, which hasn't happened very often. So again, we have Serpent's Hand member who decided to try to single-handedly take down the Foundation because they arbitrarily see the Foundation as only and solely a tyrannical organization trying to keep people blind and weak, despite the fact that half of these anomalies are aggressively murderous, like hatefully and profoundly misanthropic. Personally, I would like to have fed, let's see, SCP-8875-A to the unkillable lizard, or maybe just toss them in with the flesh that hates, or any of the other things that they would just release in the name of, being smug, pretty much. Some people value being smug way too much. I know it's tempting. Being smug is a very comforting feeling. The idea that you know better than someone else, and they're just playing in the dark where you totally have it totally right, and even sneer down at their ignorance. I will admit, in my youth, I was tempted to such a thought, such a mindset. I have come to the realization since that, quite frankly, no one really knows what they're doing. We're all taking our best educated guess, and smugness is the pride that goeth before the fall. So definitely not something people really should prize or particularly seek. And besides, when you get something right and someone else doesn't, it comes naturally on its own. You don't need to rub it in. That can be really tempting sometimes. Okay, we're about halfway through. We could use a new SCP to review. Your requests are entirely welcome. But first, we have a game to raffle. This is the game. Perhaps you will like.
I never wanted to fight, but if I must fight, I will do it well.
Bait and tackle.
Time to light 'em up!
We picked the wrong fight. Let's mix things up a little, shall we?
You're going to help me save the world.
Y'all may want to start running.
The game is actually called the Lamplighter's League. This is the Lamplighter's League and the Tower at the End of the World. It's probably the same game. Did anyone want to enter the raffle for the game? No, it's not an Xbox. This is a Steam activation key, for the record. Ah, Keishol is in the raffle. Thank you, Keishol. At least someone will be getting the key. It is appreciated. Anyone else for the raffle of Lamplighters League? Meanwhile, did someone have an SCP request? We've got a little bit under a half hour left, and I will continue until the SCP file selected is done. The only caveats are if we've done it before, I might elect to decline. Might, but not necessarily. I've done so many, I've half forgotten some of them, and probably wouldn't mind retreading. Anyone? Any SP file? Maybe not the Plague Doctor. Too recent. Maybe 173 in honor of a video I just made. SCP-1025. As is often the case, missed the boat. Keishol has nabbed the win, and now you just have to ride it out. No, that's really a problem. Incoming. SCP-1025. And thank you for your request, Keishol. I mean, I could have just picked one randomly later on, but I'd rather not. SCP-1025. Object class was Keter and is now safe. Special procedures, due to its potential as a bioweapon capable of destroying life on Earth, SCP-1025 is to be kept on an isolated underground vault, secured by no fewer than 10 armed guards, to be rotated twice weekly and checked for compromise by infectious agents. The vault should be armed with a thermite mine to be detonated at the first sign of containment breach. Revision: SCP-1025 is to be kept in a passcode secured locker. Further research requires O5 approval. This is the correct correction, I must note. I can see why it might have been initially deemed Keter, if this is going where I think it's going. But suffice to say, if it does nothing, if no one opens it, then it is safe. Safe means it does nothing on its own, even if what it does when used is traumatic to catastrophic. Description: SCP-1025 is a hardcover book, approximately 1,500 pages long. The front cover and spine feature the title, The Encyclopedia of Common Diseases. The publisher's page indicates the book was printed in 19redacted by Redacted Press. No other copies of a book with that title and publisher have been found, and no record of the publisher exists. Readers of the book seem to exhibit symptoms of any disease they read about. The effect can take between redacted and redacted hours to manifest. See test log. Onto the test log. Addendum 1025-1. Test log. Subject: D. Who cares? 1. Test: Subject read entry entitled Common Cold. Subject observed for several hours afterwards. Results: Subject exhibited cough within 2 hours, and when asked, claimed to feel slightly achy, though he attributed this to uncomfortable sleeping arrangements. Subject D. Who cares? 2. Test: Subject read entry entitled Chickenpox. Subject observed for several hours. Over the course of 1 hour, subject observed to scratch at no fewer than 5 points on her body repeatedly. Subject's medical history indicated she had contracted chickenpox at age 8. Possible evidence that item can override natural immunities noted. So she scratched 5 points on her body repeatedly, and they just assumed she was suffering chicken pox again. This foundation is making a lot of assumptions, isn't it? D3. Excuse me. Subject read entry entitled Cancer of the Lungs. Subject observed for several hours. Test was to determine item's ability to accelerate advancement of illnesses. Result: subject observed to cough a significant number of times over the course of within a relatively small amount of time. Subject denied feeling discomfort, but observation of subject's breathing indicated irregularities. Subject terminated and sent for autopsy. No tumors apparent. Note: we clearly didn't wait long enough, but we all heard the coughs and his wheezing. D04. Oh, greetings in chat. Stock of Iron. We are halfway into the SCP review. It's an hour show. You're welcome to read this with me. We're on SCP-1025. No obligation. If any of you were unaware, Stock of Iron is an up-and-coming YouTube creator who, by the way, is welcome to promote his channel. You've got a wrench. Feel free. And if you did not know Stock of Iron, I'm rattling off a game. Perhaps you might like that game. I will play the trailer for the game at the end of this SCP file, and you're welcome to join the raffle. To win, all you have to have is some means by which I can reach you. You qualify. And Steam, which I'm willing to bet you have. Moving on. Subject D04. Test. Previous is repeated, but subject observed for 7 days. Results: a lot of coughing and wheezing, far beyond what should be considered normal. Subject terminated, sent for autopsy. No tumors apparent. Note: what if illness vanishes after death, making infection all the more insidious? Subject D5. Test: same as previous. Same as previous, but subject sent for vivisection utilizing data expunged. Hours before expiring from shock. No tumors apparent. Note: we have to keep trying. Imagine if this were an infectious agent. Imagine if there were more books like this out there. Redundant tests redacted for brevity. In summary, each test used one D-class subject who read one entry from the item and was tested or vivisected in search of signs of infection following reported symptoms. After test 15, research was moved to a dedicated isolated facility in redacted staffed by 3 researchers and 2 security. One D-class subject delivered as needed to minimize space and ration needs. Subject D27. Test. Subject read entry entitled Appendicitis. Subject had undergone an appendectomy at age 16. Observed for 3 days. Results: after 52 hours, subject complained of significant abdominal discomfort. Vivisection performed, no appendix found, but area where appendix would normally be looked a few shades more red than it should be by general consensus of research staff. Subject D28, formerly researcher Janie Smithfield. Test. Subject developed persistent cough despite never reading SCP-1025 and was placed in observation for 1 week. Results: none apparent for 6 days. At 0930 hours on day 7, subject appeared slightly taller than day previous, noted as evidence that items' anomalous properties can cause generation of diseases other than those researched by the victim, and without direct viewing or reading material, vivisection considered, but overruled for the time being. Note: it got out! The crazy bastard got out somewhere! It was so stupid! The addition of height is a classical symptom of SCP-016, adapting to the stress of being confined in that room. Who knows or cares what he was coming down with first? There was a grating on the ceiling, a few more feet of height, and a few inches skinnier, and it easily fit. It could be up there right now, growing claws and vomiting infection blood everywhere, and taking who knows what other dormant disease with him. SB-008? SB-742? Oh God! What if he's come down with SB-217? Addendum 1025-02. A recovery team was sent to the facility on a redacted time. After no contact was made from the facility for 72 hours, agents found researchers, redacted, seated in the observation booth, both wearing biological containment suits. Nearly all stored air tanks were depleted. Agent redacted was found crawling through the facility's air ducts with startup drawn. Researcher redacted had locked himself in the barracks with an improvised flamethrower made of an aerosol cleaner and a box of matches. Later interview indicated redacted had not climbed in the ducts, but simply used his passcode to leave the observation chamber while other researchers were distracted. Agent redacted was found dead in a supply closet locked from the inside with several empty boxes of water and ration packages. The door had been given an airtight seal with garbage bags and duct tape. Note, after careful review of all research on SB-1025, I'm ordering an immediate evaluation of whoever approved the use of 27 D-class subjects, an isolated facility, and a dedicated underground bunker on this money pit. Not one out of the ordinary infectious agent was found any place this item was tested, and every involved staff member had passed a basic psych exam within the previous year. I have no idea how far up the chain of command this hypochondria by proxy effect can reach, or how it works, and frankly I see no benefit in learning. Stick it in a box, lock it up, and for God's sake, try not to worry about it. 057. Redacted. Stroke of Iron, we celebrate the opening of our Discord, as well as plan to go all night long with the entertainment here. Puppets, parodies, pandemonium, and a YouTube link. Please do look into it. Meanwhile, we have over 15 minutes remaining in this particular live stream, which means someone could request an SP file to read next. Before that, though, anyone else for Lamplighters League?
I never wanted to fight, but if I must fight, I will do it well.
Bait and tackle.
Time to light 'em up!
We picked the wrong fight. Let's mix things up a little, shall we?
You're going to help me save the world.
Y'all may want to start running.
And I'm randomly very disappointed in Streamlabs chat box widget. We are at 6 concurrent viewers and 10 likes, if I can believe YouTube, which I don't. Thank you. That's, I suppose almost 130% approval rating. Again, really shouldn't complain. Although, questions could be raised about my ability to retain an audience for as little as an hour. All night long, egad. Well, I am impressed with their stamina and dedication. I, however, intend to be active for only 50 more minutes. However, we have time for another SCP. Request anyone? or is it time to randomly select, which I'm willing to do. Meanwhile, I will, you know what? I will not, in fact, will not roll the number. I'm going to defy my routine. If it is just casual. If someone else is entering the raffle, though, I will roll numbers for all entries as they are received. Anyone? Regarding this SCP, to better address the review segment, not just SCP reading, although I personally think I handled that fairly well. The Encyclopedia of Common Diseases, I think this SCP has been changed, as I'm pretty sure the initial SCP was an Encyclopedia of Common Diseases that caused anyone who read the description of a disease to have that disease. It has been changed. I'm not sure I mind, although I would have rather been a separate SCP and they kept the original one that is an encyclopedia that just gives you the disease you're reading about, which would also still been safe. That said, giving it sort of a murderous hypochondria by proxy effect is a little bit meaner. Updated containment procedures are solid regardless. Just put it in a box, lock it, call it a day. The O5 is right. The problem with them changing an SCP as old as this, though, is that I'm not sure. Was it just an encyclopedia of common diseases that inflicted the disease you read about? Or has it always been this? I suppose I'd have to go to the Wayback Machine to find out, and I simply cannot be asked. Let's go to a random SCP file, unless, of course, someone has a request. I'm thinking, for funsies, we'll make it a joke SCP. I feel good about this one. SCP-042J. Item SCP-042J. Object class, Euclid. Neutralized, Euclid. Special containment procedures. Due to the nature of the phenomenon, SCP-042J cannot be contained, but an ongoing effort by Foundation field agents to destroy every pillow on Earth has been very useless in curbing the phenomenon. SCP-042J is a visual space-time anomaly observed in 100% of tested pillows, regardless of the method or time of construction. Test subjects with only one eye appear to be immune to its effects. The anomaly occurs when a test subject lays their head on a pillow and closes one eye, then switches eye. SCP-042J appears to teleport the pillow to a slightly different location relative to the previously observed position. To an outside observer, the pillow does not appear to move at all. An obvious indication of psychic projection by the pillow. Something. A slight crossing of the eyes makes it apparent that the pillow exists in 2 points in space-time simultaneously. How it does this is creepy as hell. Unknown. Timeline. 4/24/1992. Now deceased comedian George Carlin references the anomaly at a show at the Paramount Theater in New York. It is unknown how Carlin initially discovered the anomaly. A transcript follows. Like when you have your head on a pillow. Do you ever notice when you have your head on a pillow, if you close the bottom eye, the pillow is down there. And if you switch eyes, the pillow moves up here. Whoa, holy shit, Dave, look at this. The mystery of a moving pillow. I cannot do George Carlin's voice. And I will suffer for trying. 11/10/1992, Carlin's show from April 24th is released on HBO titled Jammin' in New York. The anomaly instantly begins to manifest itself across the United States. Dr. Redacted theorizes that Carlin is a host spreading the parasite, or an alien or some shit. 11/11/1992. Mobile Task Force Pi 1, City Slickers, is deployed and Carlin is apprehended and brought to Site 20 for interrogation. Carlin was highly uncooperative and was released after autographing Dr. Stein's lab coat and receiving Class C amnestic. Not amnesiac. Amnestic. I know this is a J file, but have some pride, men. Or women. I don't know who wrote this. 11/14/1992. SCP status assigned after Dr. Klein spent a full night observing the anomaly. Research on SCP-042-J begins in earnest. 11/15/1992. 17 D-Class personnel used as test subjects. All subjects confirmed they solved phenomenon, with most common response being that SCP-042-J was, quote-unquote, weird as shit. 11/17/1992. Dr. Stein resigns, citing not having been able to sleep since the phenomenon was first detected. Dr. Jens takes over as project head. 11/18/1992. D-33023 is apparently immune to the effects of SCP-042-J by way of having lost an eye while performing aggressive public service at a place with holes in the wall. Further investigation using D-33023 is approved. Ew, how did he even? Signed Dr. Jens. It is decided by Dr. Franks that between the fact that all pillows seem to exhibit this anomaly and the sheer number of pillows on Earth, SCP-042-J has a high likelihood of being malicious, and a preemptive plan of attack is necessary. Requesting classification to Keter. Denied! 053. I mean, redacted. 11/21/1992. Requesting parameter modification to Euclid D to better protect populace. Approved. Destroy! 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 God help us all! 056. I redacted. 11/22/1992. Given the success of testing with D-33023, Mobile Task Force Kappa 7, Hammurabi's lawyers, has been created with the assignment to remove an eye from every person on the planet. I can't believe we didn't think of this sooner! Dr. Jens. 11/23/1992. Dr. Jens has been demoted and MTF Kappa 7 has been disbanded. Who the hell promoted this man? He's not even a real doctor! 05 redacted. 11/24/1992. Dr. Orangutan replaces Dr. Jens effective immediately. 11/26/1992 is determined that all pillows in the New York City metropolitan area have been affected by SCP-042-J. Mobile Task Force Kappa 8, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, has been created with the assignment of neutralizing every pillow in New York City. Why did Dr. Jens want to cut out the eyeballs? It's much cheaper and less painful to destroy all the pillows. Signed, Dr. Orangutan. 12/3/1992. Increased budget requested by MTF. Cap 8. Projection show will take over 700 years to neutralize every pillow in New York at this rate. Approved 053. 3/7/1993. Due to an greatly increased budget and access to SCP-1543-J, neutralizing of New York City's pillows has been completed. Rioting subsided after the first few weeks of martial law. Dr. Orangutan has met with Administrator Klaus to discuss plans for North America and the world. When in doubt, launch into the sun. 053. 3/16/1993. The SCP Foundation now stands for Secure Contain Pillows! MTF Kappa 8 has been merged with MTF Omega 7, Pandora's Box, to form Joint Task Force Zeta 1, No Rest for the Wicked, using SCP-0762's unique abilities targeted towards pillows. We anticipate total initiative pillows from Earth by 12/31/1997. Secure. Contain. Pillows! Administrator Frank. 7/29/1993. JTF Zeta 1 has successfully destroyed every pillow in North America. MTF Epsilon 21, Pillow Fighters, is formed to monitor the continent for pillow-like activity and neutralize any pro-pillow advocates. 50 pillows. Request reassignment to MTF Epsilon 21. Signed, Abel. Denied. 057. 5/16/1995. Success in Europe. No notable casualties except for the entire population of the country of Iceland, which was inadvertently set on fire from the air. Dr. Krooms has been placed on paid leave for 1 week as punishment. Ironic that. The punishment would have been longer, but you know, York. 055. 6/6/1996. The last pillow on Earth has been destroyed, well ahead of schedule. The role of JTF Zeta 1 has changed to monitoring / policing. A victory for mankind. Dr. Forrester. 6/9/1996, junior researcher Jenkins notices that SCP-042J still exists on the bed itself, and in fact pillows are not, and have never been central to the anomaly. 058. And with that, I think we're done. According to my records, we have 5 concurrent viewers and 11 likes. 6 concurrent viewers, 11 likes, which is almost, I would say, 190% approval rating. Fantastic. It's not quite that 13 likes, but, you know, can't win them all, I suppose. Thank you, Stock of Iron. That is high praise, and I appreciate it. One more time for anyone else who wants the Lamplighters League. I just send you a key on Steam and you can put it in Steam, and then you have the game. It's very simple. Keishal can attest.
I never wanted to fight, but if I must fight, I will do it well.
Bait and tackle.
Time to light 'em up!
You picked the wrong fight. Let's mix things up a little, shall we?
You're going to help me save the world.
Y'all may want to start running.
We're officially done here. Congratulations to Keishal on winning the Lamplighters League, which may or may not be the tower theme of the world. Look, you'll find out. You'll get the key, you plug it in, you play it or not. I'm not going to police that. I'm just glad someone got it, I guess. And thank you all for watching. Unlike last week, where I was recovering from the loss of a beloved pet rat and 2 teeth, one taken a most excruciating medical procedure that I'm getting over. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm alright. Don't have to worry about me. Which you don't, really. I'm fine. Now. Not so much last week. Until next time, so long as progress continues, success is inevitable. I will see you all tomorrow on The Experiment, the self-destructing stream with music, merriment, and hopefully requests. I have no reason to lose my appendix, Bishop. In fact, I refuse. I will keep it until it explodes. And if I should have that happen, you better not be within throwing range. Again, until next time, so long as prog continues, success is inevitable, ostensibly.